Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. We saw the second half of the song that is being sung by Mahimacharan. O Brahman, my child, Brahman being the inner divinity, bodily existence being the child, cease from practicing further penances. Hasten to Shankara. We saw the meaning of Shankara. Shiva has made various aspects. One of the aspects is Shankara. Shiva is one who is satisfied himself, within himself is Atma Rama. He is enjoying his own self, Atma Krida, Atma Ratihi. He is playing in the ocean of bliss, being bliss himself. And he is Atma Krida, Atma Rati, intensely attached to the bliss as being bliss. So this is Shiva aspect which has turned itself entirely dipped in the consciousness Chaitanya, and with his back leaning on the world. And we see again suppose Rudra is the destructive force of retraction, the universe, creation, sustenance and retraction. Retraction is withdrawal, the force that Ashutosh, pleased with small things, whatever, just call him with love. Oh Lord, he is so much satisfied, you want to bless him in a very possible way. Ashutosh. Like that, the Shankara, Sham is auspiciousness and goodness. What kind of auspiciousness? Auspiciousness associated with the prosperity. I have to prosper in this world. Prosperity is constant expansion. Prosperity. I am prospering. Each day by day I am prospering. Prosperity. And what kind of prosperity? Not the prosperity that's going to make me drown in worldliness and suffer and in bondage. No. This prosperity is such a prosperity that makes you on to your divinehood. All things, most important part in prosperity turning to divine is your own tendencies. All things a worldly man gets will be given to the spiritual aspirant also. Wealth is there, health is there, youth is there, everything is there. Which direction you are going to go? Here's also. His spiritual aspirant is utilizing all this, what prosperity brings, to go towards divine. The worldly man is turning all this to get drowned in the worldliness. So Shankara, when we say this Shankara, he is going to give you such an intellect and mind that you go towards. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Buddhi yoga, I will give him, you will give him such a buddhi, touch with this such a buddhi, it is there within us. It is sealed off. That buddhi is within. Durbuddhi is also within. Durbuddhi is superimposing the sadbuddhi, and this is generated, it is generated by vasanas. Durbuddhi is generated by vasanas. Sadbuddhi is associated with the existence. My existence. It is transcendental. Sadbuddhi is a emergence from transcendental. Durbuddhi comes from the vasanas, which is superimposing and covering the Sadbuddhi. So, to bring out that Sadbuddhi, Shankara, that Dadami Buddhi Yogam, I associate you with your Buddhi, Sadbuddhi, Buddhi Yogam, Yenam Mam Upayantiti. I make them come in contact with Sadbuddhi, which makes them to come to me. Yena Mam Upayantiti. To me, they start flowing. Towards me, they start walking. It is not easy. It is easy to tell, I go towards God. The path is very serious and struggling, but the fruit is eternal. It is like climbing over a hill, a mountain, endless as if it looks. Every step that you have to keep and pull your bodily existence up. And as you climb, you will see you are not only strained by the bodily existence of pulling the body, but what sustains your life, the air is going to become rarefied. Air is going to contain less and less oxygen. To keep one step, you start finding so much difficult. Earlier you will not know as you go. That's why scriptures say, Kshurasya dhara nishita duratyaya durgaf padam tat kavayo vadanti. This is considered as the walking over the razor's edge. Razor's edge. Walking over that. A little balance, it will cut you. Like that is walking on the path to God. But you have to short period, you have to transcend, bear all these strains, because we have not been taught to accept suffering. If you are taught from childhood to accept suffering, then it will not matter. It's easy. When we went to Kailas Sarovar, Manas Sarovar, we saw the people there, of local people, they are running about like anything, as we do on the sea level of existence. How we move about here, not panting for breath. They move about where there is oxygen is 15%, 20%, 30%. They freely move about. They are accustomed, they are taught, they are born there. There is acclimatization. They are able to bear normally. We have to live for long to get accustomed there. So how much of difference it creates. Like that, suppose we were taught suffering, accepting suffering joyfully, path would have been so smooth. Now, each one to which I am attached, I have to tear away. But duties alone cannot be. Attachments can be torn, and it has to be torn, because they are not going to continue more than 2 more days. Life is short. All relatives, friends, husband, wife, child, mother, everybody has to part. Nothing remains. So this parting won't give us pain. The attachments gives us pain. So a tearing away, if I have to continue life with them, discharge all the duties and responsibilities of life, but without attachment. Viraga, dispassion, not detachment. Dispassion we cultivate. Live with people, give ourselves internally with entirely unconditional to God. So this becomes, then only the smooth movement begins. Once you offer yourself entirely to God, there is no more worry to, He takes care of you, whole of our transit. So, to hasten to Shankara, auspiciousness associated with prosperity, the prosperity that leads you to divine, manifest the inner divinity. Sham means how much deep you see. Shankara, there is no equivalent word in English. We have to give a summary like. When we say Shankara, we don't find that meaning, you cannot use any word in this one. And ocean of heavenly wisdom, He is the ocean of heavenly wisdom. Shiva. See, the knowledge is eternally flowing. Huge fund of knowledge is there, endless, like ocean. Suppose limitless ocean, how much water you want to take away? You can take away. Still, it is, because it is endless, it remains endless. Because it is infinite, it remains infinite. Because it is eternal, it remains eternal. Like that, knowledge is infinite. What knowledge? Knowledge of the Atman, knowledge of God, not this physical knowledge of chemistry and biology. It is knowledge of God, knowledge of your own existence, Atman, existence. So here we see that knowledge is constantly flowing. He is ocean of that knowledge, Atma Jnana. Atma itself is infinite, so its knowledge is also infinite. Brahman is infinite. Brahman, meaning itself, is infinite. Braha is endless, vast. Vastness is Braha, Brahat, vast. So Brahman is infinite. So when we say that spiritual Shankara is that ocean of knowledge, generations of generations, humans go on coming, attaining God and going away. How many souls must have appeared on this earth, taken birth as humans, passing through so many lives according to karma, and again attaining a last human birth again. Many times, now and then we will be getting human birth again. And this human birth, one of the human births, when the soul is aspiring for God, it starts moving towards God, back to source of eternity, of eternal bliss, peace, love, absolute. So it is going that way. So when we see Shankara, he is ocean of knowledge, infinite knowledge. It is constant, that knowledge is constantly flowing. There is Shivatva in every jiva. That knowledge is, there is a link to the absolute knowledge in every life. In human, it can be extracted. Suppose all humans die and no knowledge of God is there. Again, when millions of years may pass, there is no human life, there is no knowledge, there is no ignorance, nothing is there, only matter. Again, if the human existence comes into picture, it doesn't need knowledge, it doesn't lack knowledge, because within is the Shivamsha, within is the Spirit, Chaitanya. It is linked to the Absolute, and this flow of knowledge is eternal. And Shiva as an aspect of divinity which makes this infinite ocean of knowledge to every jiva is called Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti is that aspect of Shiva which is not only enjoying the bliss of infinite, but is going to give. Whoever asks for, strives for attaining it, he is the one bestower of that knowledge. So go to the Shiva, ocean of heavenly wisdom. Obtain from him the love of God. Love of God is that where individual existence merges in the absolute existence. Ego dissolves. In love, ego dissolves. Self-identity dissolves. Body awareness dissolves. Love is the only place. My personality dissolves. Personality dissolves. Identity dissolves. Individuality dissolves. And nothing of ego dissolves, nothing of my existence remains now except God. If at all God wants to make me precipitate again, like sugar dissolved in water, can be made to reappear as crystals, God makes that soul reappear for the welfare of the world. So this aspect of God which gives that is called Dakshinamurti. What need is there of penance if God is seen within and without? No. Obtain from him the love of God. Obtain from him the love of God. You see, ultimately the divine love, bhakti, we may say, or prema we can say. The difference between bhakti and prema is bhakti maintains the duality to serve. Prema, it wants to unite and become one. This bhakti or prema and jnana are one and the same. In the last stage of its existence, Shuddha Bhakti or Shuddha Jnana, Ag, Thakur used to say. The prema, you can get from Shiva jnana as well as prema, because Shuddha, the topmost point, it may different flow down, or it may go closer and dissolve in each other. But at the topmost it is same. You can get from the Vishnu or Durga or anybody who is the source of prema, you can get the prema. From the same source you can get the jnana also, because Shuddha Jnana and Shuddha Prema are one and same. And get pure love. Love, the pure love practiced by devotees. What do we call pure love? It seeks nothing in return. Never in future or even mukti, freedom from suffering, nothing it sees. Wherever you keep doesn't matter. I love you. That love is Tyaga Swarupa. Prema Tatsu Tyaga Swarupa. Now, it is of the nature of sacrifice. In love there is only giving, nothing taking. We don't take anything from anybody whom we love. We go on sacrificing, we go on giving. All the pain and suffering we joyfully bear in love. It is only giving, giving and giving alone, which we see, though contaminated to the maximum human level in a mother. When the child is especially small, There is nothing that mother seeks from child but goes on giving. But a little contamination, the dirt is, she also enjoys the child's presence. In pure love it is not there. It enjoys the love enjoyed by God. I want him to feel that love and enjoy. If he is happy, I am happy. That is the love practiced by devotees, which snaps in twain the shackles that bind you to the world. We are bound hand and feet to this world in every aspect. We can't transcend and go. Even if I commit suicide, maximum I can leave this body and be in the nature itself. You cannot go out. Only thing that you can go out of this prison house of nature is mukti, by realizing God. A sage, after realization, he comes down and tells, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastad Tameva Viditva Atimrityumeti Nanyah Pantha Vidyate Ayanaya. He comes down and says, I have seen God. Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. That which who is dweller in all things, all pervading. Purusha, Purishayate. In every body it is there, in every object it is there. That truth I have seen. Purusha Aditya Varna, he shines inside. The shining spiritual light, which cannot be understood with this physical bodily existence. It is spiritual light, light of existence. I exist, there is light. That light. Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastad, beyond tamas. All that material aspect and animosity, or even that which blocks my awareness of divine, anything is called tamas. Tamas is darkness in which the soul doesn't know anything, the presence of the divine or his own identity. So beyond all that which covers Maya is tamas. I am seeing multiplicity in this universe is tamas. Maya is made one to appear as many. That is tamas. I can say, I am body is tamas. All the demands of body I am fulfilling. Hunger, thirst, enjoyments, all these I am trying to fulfill. It is tamas. Tamasah Parastad. Beyond that tamas, I have seen him. Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastad. Then Tameva Viditva Atimrityumeti. Tameva, by knowing him alone, by knowing God alone, you can transcend. Tameva Viditva Atimrityumeti. The death, the identity with body, bodily identity, I am this body, can go away. I can get my Atma Jnana, the self-knowledge, I am immortal. Nothing can bind me, nothing can grip me or limit me in any way anymore. No limitations. Unlimited, eternal being, the immortal. So that identity is, I am that. Atimrityumeti. He goes beyond death and birth. That is, death and birth are associated only with physical body. Even with knowledge, subtle body and causal body, Sthula Sharira dies away now and then. Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira also dissolves with the realization. Soul becomes free. One ring of the prison is removed with spiritual awakening, but other two remains. So finally, to emerge out, all the three bodies, when Bhashana Devi goes and tells in the last days, I was in Kamarpukur, I could go and meet. One day, when I met, she was sick. Almost every day or a day I may miss. I used to go and bow down to her and come. She was disciple of Holy Mother, lived her almost entire life at Holy Mother till Holy Mother passed away. So she was sick and bedridden, and old age, possessed nothing, in a mud house. She used to sleep on the bare, this one, with one cloth she was wearing, another cloth put for drying. Nothing, no possessions, no pillow, no wrapper. And when I went, she was not well. She herself she was 115. She used to clear, wash, wipe. Sitting, she would do all the work. She was not able to stand. She would walk sometimes on the floor, but her cooking herself used to do. And she was not well. When I went, she said, I have fever. I could not take my food yesterday. I could not prepare my food yesterday. And I was 115, imagine. I prayed to Mother, Mother, take me away, I cannot suffer anymore. Then Mother came and told me, why? This body alone. I will release you from all bodies forever. All bodies, she meant the Sthula Sukshma Sharira, or the number of bodies that you are going to acquire after leaving this body. That is possible only when the Sukshma and Karana Sharira ends. So that immortality. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.